see in the third from him that led him to doing that?
Yeah, there was a good spirit to the game. I think DeAndre was trying to get back at his old team, and Tumani and Nurk and Nas and Drew were trying to get back at their own team. So the high level of competition from those matchups. But Nurk did a really good job, especially in that third quarter. Making shots, facilitating, and controlling the defensive boards.
Because they made that one run in the second quarter, but after that, it looked like your defense was maybe to what you were looking for. What you see defensively?
Yeah, we're getting better. We're getting better. It's still a work in progress, but we had a lot of great execution possessions in the second half. Something that certain covers that we're really been harping on with our guys that there was nowhere for the ball handler to go. The way we executed it, and it's controlled the boards as well. So getting better. Still a work in progress, but happy to win 4 in a row.
You talked a lot about guys staying ready. They're going to get their opportunities. What have you seen from Nas over these last handful of games?
Yeah, great energy. You could tell he's putting in the work, and he's a good player. We got a deep team. We got a lot of guys on that bench that I trust, and it's always a tough call as to which guys we're going to go with. But he's playing solid two-way basketball, making shots, making plays off the bounce offensively, and then giving us a lot of toughness and rebounding on defense.
Similar kind of situation for Metu. What did you like about his minutes tonight?
Yeah, well, we had trouble with their spread second unit in the first half. We gave our normal second unit a crack at it early. It didn't go well again in the third quarter, so we went to a smaller lineup, and that's Mezzi knows that if we're gonna do that, he's the guy, so he stays ready and played well.
Coach, you guys only attempted 17 threes tonight. You usually attempt around like 30 to 40. So what was the reason for that? Is it just the way they were playing, or what was
The
it?
paint's open. We always take the paint first. 66 points in the paint, 28 free throws. We don't need to shoot threes if we're getting to the basket.
Coach KD passed Elvin Hayes for 11th on the scoring list. He's
Incredible.
far off from 10th, just to his ability as a scorer in this game.
He's one of the best ever to do it, and he's not slowing down. So Suns fans should be really excited about that. And I actually feel like he's scoring it as good as he ever has. He's playing terrific basketball.
Coach, how much obviously he can score the ball, but what do you feel like the scheme or the offense is enabling him to do, maybe to get easier shots at times, because he's a shot maker, so he's going to get these one-on-ones with his. So are you saying anything within the structure of the offense that leading to him maybe getting easier?
Yeah, but I think just playing with a guy like Book out there, helps free him up. But I think the recent lineup change with having Eric and Grayson both out there make it more difficult to double team him. And he wants to win. So I don't think he's out there hunting scoring totals or anything like that. He's just competing to win and is in attack mode at all times.
Coach, you got something?
Yep.
Coach, NBA Japan. I know you touched on this a little bit before the game. Utah has been out with a deep thigh bruise. Any word on when he may come back? And now that you played with him and without him for a few games, what does he bring to the game, and what do you expect from him when he comes back?
Yeah, he's still day to day. It's not a long term thing, but it is a deep thigh bruise. So it's very painful. So hopefully we'll have him back soon, and obviously his shooting and playmaking offensively, and I think his IQ defensively is really high. He's always in the right spot. He gives great effort and focus, and he really contributes on both sides of the ball.
That's on passing Elvin Hayes. What does that mean? I know it's just climbing the ladder, but still to be able to pass an all-time great, what's it mean for you?
Yeah, to be amongst the all-time greats, the guys who set the standard and made the NBA what it is today, is an honor. It's a lot of games played, a lot of shots being put up, and so to be amongst the greatest of the greats of this game is pretty cool, and just got to keep going.
What was flowing for you in that first quarter?
Just a mentality, just being patient, trying to take what the defense gives me, just being in the stance on the defensive side of the ball. And then I do the little stuff and focus on the little stuff, then usually my shot comes around.
Curious, just outside of that run they made in the second quarter to get it to that big run, other than that might have been their best stretch. Other than that, you defended well. What do you think?
Yeah, that run where Duat Reith, I think, might have scored 10 straight points. He had 2 threes. We were up 17. He had 2 threes, got a dunk, got an offensive rebound. That changed the whole complexity of the game. And then Malcolm Brogdon came in and picked up where Duop left off. And that's just the NBA at this point. You know, you can insert a shooting big and throw your whole defense off and you know, give them some momentum. But I like how we just kept fighting, and it never felt like the game was out of our hands. I think we got it up to 12, and they cut it back again, and we got it up to 15. So we want to try to put these teams away a little earlier, but you also got to give the other team credit, too, for continue to keep fighting against us.
Coach talks a lot about guys staying ready. What have you liked about Nas coming in and having the impact he's had?
Yeah, love that Nas is he's a true pro. I mean, been in the league for some time now. I want to say it's, fourth or fifth year. I don't know for sure. But the more and more time you just, you know, get to be in the NBA locker room, the better of a pro you become. And he understands his routine, and he understands the business of basketball as well. So, you know, some nights you might not get that opportunity, but when you do, you got to take full advantage of it. And tonight, last few games, he's been incredible, you know. So the more and more he plays, the more confidence he builds and more comfortable he gets with the lineups and his role on the team is only the better for us.
What have you seen about Nurk since that Chicago game that's really improved for him offensively?
I just think, you know, around the rim, he's finishing a lot. He had 3 dunks today. Obviously, he can make those passes to anybody, but he's rolling to the rim, playing under the basket, finishing for us pretty well, and also offensive rebounding. So we need Nurk to play his full game, and we need him to continue to be aggressive, and that's just going to make our offense more dynamic.
How huge was he in that third quarter? I thought that he had that surge in the third where Nurk scored a lot there.
Did he hit a 3 in the third, maybe? Yeah, he had 2 threes. And, you know, once he's making that shot, we just go to the next level. And he's shooting it with confidence this season, and he's making the right plays. I like how he's playing right now.
What's the key for you guys to continue to make the ball pop the way you did in the third quarter?
Just keep the game simple. Just hit the first read and trust the teammates going to make the reads after that. I think once we get 2 on the ball and get guys out of the paint, I mean, we touch the paint first. I think we get some solid stuff on that backside, but it's about being aggressive. You know, when you get your opportunities, catch and shoot, catch and drive, just make, you know, correct, quick plays. And I think everybody tonight had I don't know how many, let me see how many turnovers we had. How many? 15? Damn. 13? I could take 13.
It's the high teens, right? That's
Yeah, the high teens is what we want to stay away from. I think, you know, the great games we got 7 to 10 turnovers, with a couple of them coming late game. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we try to keep the ball in our hands, but I think we make the solid play and the easy play. We can do that.
looks typically like you, where he wants to play most of, if not the whole first quarter, but with this injury, it's forcing him to come out a little earlier. What do you like about the way that substitution pattern has kind of had you guys switch on and off a bit more?
Yeah, great players adapt to anything, regardless of what it is, and that's what Book has done.
What do you think of your guys' defense? You guys have been struggling the past few games in that area. So what do you think of it today?
I mean, last game, they shot 42% from the field. I'll look at field goal percentage defense, makes and misses. They shot 42% from the field in Utah, but they had 27 offensive rebounds, just made it look even better. You know, so really they shot less than 42%. They just happened to finish those plays with a rebound. So I think we play solid defense, one-on-one defense, team defense, but the long rebounds is what killed us against Utah. And tonight, they shot 43% from the field. They didn't kill us on the boards. Had 12 offensive rebounds. We turned them over 13 times. So I like my team shoot under 46, 47% on us. That shows you pretty much getting a contest on stuff.
Kevin, player of your caliber, and I don't want to get you in any trouble with the league, but player of your caliber, you're taking a lot of jump shots, seem to be getting a foul a lot. Why do you think the rest, and what are they telling you about?
Yeah. It's hard to read that stuff. You see a contest. You can't feel what I feel as a ref sometimes. And they got so much to worry about, so much to think about on the floor. But they're usually pretty good when I tell them, like, yo, he might be on my wrist a little bit here. Check for me the next play. They usually do a good job of following up. But, as much as I'm on their ass every day, and I want them to be 100% on them plays, I just know it's tough to ref those plays. But it's on me to still keep them aware of what's going on. And, I think we've been having a good rapport on that.
How long did it take you to build that rapport, do you think, in your career?
It's a lot of trial and error from just learning how to talk to people for one, and in the heat of the moment. I think that's the toughest part. It's trying to understand and have a real conversation with grown men and women through the heat of the moment. That's always going to be a tough message. So over the years, just getting to know the refs and getting to understand them, and they understand me, and we were having solid dialogue. And there's times where I still scream on them, and there's times when they tell me to relax too. So I think we understand how to talk to one another, and also understand how hard their job is.
You're saying like usually wait for a timeout instead of reacting in the moment?
Nah, I'm going to react in the moment for sure, but it's more so just the presentation of the message. Sometimes it can be better, and that's just across everything in life. To be honest.
Final question.
You had a substantial amount of games last year with DA, and what have you seen through this game? And any improvements on his game tonight?
Yeah, he played aggressive tonight. He played strong tonight. He was ducking in. He was getting to his shot in the paint. He was offensive rebounding. And they need him. They rely on him to do a lot for this team. So that's only going to make him better as a player. What is he, 24, 25, 25? I mean, so he got a long time in this league if he wants to. Being thrown in the fire like this and having to be a leader of this team is only going to make him better.
What did it mean for you just to play against your former team tonight?
I mean, I love it. I have a lot of respect and a lot of love for people there, from top to bottom. Just love, being able to share the floor, against them and compete. It's great for me to see familiar places and play people and just to be around them for a little bit.
What did you think of just the competitive aspect of both playing your former team and playing the in-season tournament?
I mean, we know what is on line and what we need to do as far as playing tournament. As far as just, competing, I think that was a good game for both sides competing. Obviously, I'm happy we got a win.
What did you think you had going for you there in the third quarter? You really started to pick it up after a slow first half.
Just be aggressive, be playing basketball, stop overthinking, trying to, do too much, being too coachable, I feel like sometimes. And at the end of the day, it's a basketball. You got to play the basketball the way you know and the way you was being able to through the years. And I feel like the more I understand that, and it's a better position for me.
KD said that when you're making that three-pointer, it really opens up everything on offense. Is that something that you look for because you know that as well?
I mean, I can shoot. I feel like it's just what we need and how, coach and want me to be, where we want to be in the spacing of the floor. And, when opportunity present for myself, I'm definitely going to shoot the ball.
Nick, what got it going for you in that third quarter?
Being mad that I'm getting beat and getting fouls. Nah, seriously, I feel like just to be aggressive, the mindset, stop being, try to feel like most of the time please everybody, passing and stuff. Just your mindset a little different, being aggressive, play basketball at the end of the day, and, do it the right way.
How much of it was going into, at least for you, with, you're playing against Aiden, it's the trade, your former team, how much did you bring that into
I mean, I love playing against Blazers, man. That's my, family as far as, I'm concerned. Been there for, the organization did a lot for me for 8 years. For me and my family, there's nothing wrong. What I, have experienced through the years there, and, I have a lot of love, respect for these people from top to bottom, like I said. And as far as they can go, it's not my business, man.
Is there a little bit extra excitement or motivation in a game like this against your former team?
No, I love it. I feel like it's fun for me to see them, compete against them. All these years playing, I miss Simon's obviously there. Hopefully he can get healthy. But just to be able to, share this floor with them, it's amazing. But at the same time, I'm here to get a win, and next time for them.
So it was more for you that first half, not having the kind of first half that you wanted to do.
Just going through, it's not like I'm a main player here, man. I'm just gonna take the ball and do whatever I want. I feel like people need to understand. You brought me here to sacrifice and do all this stuff, little stuff that mean for the game and winning basketball. But at the end of the day, sometimes I feel like I overthink those things and should play basketball regularly. And as soon as I understand, I feel like that more and more. You feel comfortable with what I am and how I play, and I think my teammates and coaches love it too.
To your point, how much do you feel like your game has opened up since Book has come back? You've got Book and KD out there now to spread things out a little bit.
I mean, it's different. Obviously, one of the greats, and being able to play with KD, and it's super impressive what he's doing and the way he's doing. But Devin Booker is tough, man. I've always been a fan of his, and now I'm here to just help him in any certain way I can to free him more and more open shots and backdoors. We not even get there, to move off the ball, him too. But we're gonna get it. I think he trusts me enough that he can, listen to what I think. For him is better too sometimes. But I'm here to do, what these people want from me at the end of the day.
Nurkić, you've been on some really good offensive teams. It was 66 points in the paint tonight. Does that open up the ball movement? Is that the key, getting in there?
I mean, obviously the way they guard and it's you're gonna present. You have to pick and choose who you're gonna stop, right? And most of the nights people choose to stop KD in Book, which is night by night. It's not really possible. And for me, just to take the best read I have. Either dunk the ball, lay up, or pass the ball. So most of the night for me, when we play the first pass and when we share the ball and move the ball, I think it's really fun, man, out there. Like even fans engage more. But at the end of the day, we have a really good players. They can score the ball, and we try to do that too.
You know what Nas can do well. What have you seen from him making the most of his opportunity?
I love Nas. I think from day one, when he got with me here, I think he was impressive. The way he have a summer and work, and he can stretch the floor. But he's just athlete. He's a freak. Like he's really athletic. Like people don't know he's a sneaky athletic. And when he go out there, good luck block that thing, man. Like sometimes people don't realize when you're waiting your minutes for opportunity, you just got to be ready. And I think Nas showed that he was ready.
And Nurk, after Utah had 27 offensive rebounds on you last game, how big of an emphasis was that for you going into tonight?
I think it's a team effort. It's never one guy. All of a sudden, I'm not going to have 20 offensive or 27, whatever offensive rebound just because one guy didn't box out. I feel like it's a team effort. And, when something happened like that, you put a target on our backs. And a lot of people coming in will try to do the same thing. And obviously, it's something that we are, aware of what's happening, and we're going to clean that thing up.
Sorry if this is already asked, but you're playing against your former team and knowing Chauncey's system. Is there extra juice for you going up against that squad?
No, man. Like I said, it's so much love and respect. At the end of the day, I'm just being out there. Didn't have a time to talk shit to Chauncey or Roy, but I will do this safe for the Blazers game there. But I love that. I really have a friendship with the Chauncey, and me and him never been any kind of problems. Always communicate well, and even before he got to the coaching, to the Blazers. So, but it's fun for me. It really is. I can't even express myself. Just to be able to compete against them, it's special for me.
Thanks,